Hey guys, this is another one of my videos for how to get the junior dev job. Um, I I've done one on LinkedIn. I did one on a portfolio. This one I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm going to do on the resume. And before I say anything, I want to preface it with this: resumes are extremely. There's a lot of opinions. Okay, there's a lot of opinions from different people, and so somebody's going to see my resume and they're going to be like, "Oh, I don't agree with that. I think that you should blah 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 blah," and that's fine. Okay, everybody's entitled to their different ideas. Um, I know what I think works, and I got a job. So, I would say my resume is good enough, at least, to get me into a job. I've spent a lot of time on resumes in the past. I wish I had my first resume somewhere, because I would show you my very first resume. It looked like garbage. I actually got the template from a high school drum major tryout, at my first, where I went to high school. But anyway, before I do that, I want to show you my home office and what it looks like now. So, because I haven't done that yet, it's pretty exciting. So, there's my old desk and computer and stuff. That's I like my desktop. Yeah. I don't ever use it. It breathes heavy. So, but here's my actual setup that I use every day for work. So you got my monitor. You can see how it's tilted, and the reason why is because code. Yeah, that's where I code. Anyway, I have my little lifty desk, my stand up and sit down desk. I'm gonna unplug this so I can walk over here. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it's a desk with a motor. Let me see if I can show you how it works. Yeah, there it goes. So anyway, throughout the day, I will sit or stand depending on how I'm feeling. And I honestly like standing a lot. So yeah, so there it goes. It goes all the way down. And then I'm gonna put it back up because, like I said, I like standing, so I'm doing that. There's a little foot pad thing I got for me to stand on throughout the day so I don't hurt. And then yeah, I have my Mac laptop that Bestow generously bestowed on me. You're welcome. Anyway, my journals. So here's my work journal that I've been keeping up with all the stuff I've been doing every day. Here's my learning journal that I've been doing front end masters with. Oh, I actually used this the other day. There's my Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript book. Yep. And then my old stop sign. Oh, one more thing I want to show. This is kind of cool. So I have a 3-year-old. So this helps. Whenever I'm working, it's red, which means don't come in here. And then if it's blue, Daddy's taking a break so we can hang out. I'm just going to turn it off. Anyway, so yeah, this is the place that I spend most of my time, at least during the week. All right, let me put this charger back in. All right, so that is my, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna do one video. Anyway, so that's my home office. Pretty exciting, right? Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. I'm gonna share the screen, and I'm gonna show you my band director resume because I don't have the oldest version of my software engineer resume. So here's my oldest band director resume that I had. So it's got this picture. This picture is probably familiar. This is my LinkedIn picture. This is actually when I was a band director at Longview. And then my son was like a year old. I don't even, no, he was less than a year old. He was like 8 months, maybe. Look at that smile. Yeah, I had to include it. I'm not gonna lie. I knew that some people would be like, look at that little boy. You gotta use what you got, okay? Anyway, yeah, so my name, huge capital letters. I was looking for an assistant middle school band director position. I had my education on here. I had my work experience, my applicable work experience. I was a band director looking for a band director job. So of course I'm gonna have this stuff. My introduction, my contact info, there's not much there. Oh yeah, I used to live in Shreveport in case you didn't know. And then my activities and stuff. You can go to this address. I don't live there anymore, so I don't really care. Anyway, yeah, so here it is. This is my old one. My skills are way down here because that doesn't matter in the education world as much. It's more of where you went to school. It's more of like what your work experience has been like. So this is my first resume. I tried to, here's my first software. This is not my first one, but it's similar, right? I put an updated picture. You know, my son's a little bit older there, still really cute because, you know, he is. So takes after his dad. Anyway, wait, there it is. Brushing my shoulders off. Okay, cool. Anyway, I made this a little bit smaller, which I think looks better. Web developer, because that's what job I was going for. Anyway, so I did this. Here's the problem with the picture. I have a friend who works for Google, and he told me that, and you know, he could be wrong, I could be wrong, but I'm going to assume he's right because why not? And he said that there's a lot of companies that use software that when you send their resume, if they find a picture, they can't read the picture. They can't read the text of the picture. They just scan for requirements. And so they automatically are like, oh, no, put it in the bad bin because I can't read this. So I was like, well, that's not worth it. If people are looking at my resume, then okay, great. There's a picture. If they're not, then there's no point. And lots of people I've talked to have said that it's just, there's no point in putting a picture in your resume. It's not very professional. So, okay, that's fine. So don't do it. Unless you just want to, that's fine too. But understand that you might be filtered out because you have a picture on it. Anyway, yeah, so here's this. I had I had already trimmed my experiences right here. I had a lot more experience right here that I had put on there originally. My education, I cut it down a good bit. I have all my links, whatever. Okay, let's go to the most recent one. It's not that much different, but I did trim it down a little bit. So right here, there's no picture. Okay, I got objective as far as I could get it. Again, skills is at the top. They need to know what skills you have as a web developer. If you know Java, put it there. If you know Nest, put it there. If you have no idea what Nest is, don't put it there. Duh. Okay. I have Recoil, Redux, TypeScript, Postgres, GitHub. I have Microsoft Office software because who knows, you might need that in a job. I don't need it in my job right now, but whatever. You know, if I need it, it's there. Okay. I definitely put that I was highly adaptable and I learned quickly, which has proven true, I hope. If you're a Bestow person, please let me know if it has proven true. Clear and concise verbal and written communication skills, I definitely think that I have that. And so I wanted to put all that stuff on there so they knew what they were getting. Okay, right after that, professional experience. I guess I didn't change this, but as you can see, my Longview and Logan Sport experience, I used to have a whole bunch of stuff under there. It's not important. It doesn't matter for the job I have now. In fact, whenever I go to get my next job, my web developer freelance thing, I might actually just erase that, honestly. And then the classical center at Brandenburg Middle School is going to be just like one of these. It's just like, here's the dates I worked. I was a teacher for a while. Okay. And that's it. And then I'll put what I've done at Bestow and that'll be it. I have no intention of looking for a new job at this point. Like, I love my job at Bestow. I plan on staying there for a while. So just a disclaimer. But anyway, underneath that, I have my education, all applicable stuff. So I learned from Udemy. I learned from Free Code Camp. Now I can add free front-end masters to this. Front-end masters is so good, guys. It's so good. If you can get into that, oh, it's so good. Anyway, over here I have my objective, like basically talked about me being an educator, turned into a band director who wanted to turn into a software developer. Again, this is going to change because this is a transition resume. This is hey, I'm a band director, but I really want to be a software engineer. Could you please give me a shot? That's what this is. It's not going to be that anymore. Contact. This is important, and I talked about this last time. A net of yourself. Okay, you have my phone number, you have my email, you have my portfolio, you have my GitHub, you have my LinkedIn, you have my blog. If my resume is the first thing you see, guess what? You have access to everything that I have online for you to see. Okay. If you click on my portfolio, guess what? If you watch my last video, you'll know at the bottom, there's my resume and my blog and my LinkedIn and my GitHub. Okay. If you click on GitHub, I got to do some work on GitHub, guys. I got to put my LinkedIn and all that stuff on there. So sorry, I will do that. And then we'll talk about a good GitHub account and what you can do with GitHub for your next one. Okay, cool. On LinkedIn, all this stuff is on there. My resume, well, it's not anymore. I deleted it, but it was on there. My resume, my email, my portfolio, my GitHub, my blog, all that stuff is on there. Okay, and I posted a lot. Okay, so people would see all these things, and they would have access to all this information, and people would find me. Like that's how it works. You gotta sell yourself. You gotta get out there and like flex a little bit. Hey, look at all these things I've done. Look at all this stuff I built. Because I'm gonna tell you what else. I didn't have a portfolio when I started this journey. I didn't have a GitHub. I didn't have a LinkedIn. I'll be honest with you. I had a LinkedIn, but it was like, I'm a teacher. I have 30 people on it. I've never talked to them. I've gotten on LinkedIn one time and did enough to have a profile, and that was it. It was bare bones. Okay. And then I didn't have a vlog. All this stuff is stuff I added. And then of course all the skills. Like I busted it. So anyway, this is my resume that I have that I guess helped me get my job now. Originally there was, let me see, it's back here on this other page. Originally I had a list of, there it is, my list of references. Okay, if you want to do that, you can, but you don't have to. I didn't have it on my resume. I sent to the stove because I guess, it didn't matter. They liked me and they were like, oh, whatever. Oh, look, there's a space. Oh no. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, yep. So, like I said, here's the big things to take away from this video. I know it's been kind of all over the place. You need to have your skills on top. They need to know what you do and what you're able to do. You need to have any relevant experience. And look, if you go into details of this experience, actively contributing to an open source project with React, actively organizing and hosting events for the Free Code Camp Dallas group, still doing that. Okay. And then the actual projects that I've built out. Okay. With links to those projects. Okay. All this stuff is stuff that is relevant, right? And so people need to know that I'm in the field, I'm working in the field, and I just would like to get paid for it. So in the objective, I talk about, what kind of person I am and how I can and how I develop, essentially, like what I think about, like how I'm, like I'm passionate about learning and education. And wish to carry that passion with me as I continue to improve my skill set. I want to help other people. That's why I'm doing these videos. It's not for me. Okay. Anyway, yeah. For education, like, Udemy isn't like some big coding camp. Free Code Camp, I guess you could say, it's a floating curriculum, right? But it's not like the Flatiron School or something. So put that on there. Any education you have, put it on there. Cool. And this is what I did. Areas of study. Oh, whoops. I don't know what just happened. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Areas of study. That's where I put all that. So anyway, I hope this helped you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. You can add me on LinkedIn. You can reach out on the Free Code Camp Dallas group on LinkedIn. You can comment on this page, like and subscribe the video, put some comments in the chat. Or in the comments. Yeah, and thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.